Real quick before I do get into this huge rant of a video, I just want to let you guys know that I have a new patron offer. You can see it right here called Special Offer in all caps. And the way it works is it actually has all the same benefits as my $20 roll, except it's almost cut 60% off at $6 a month. So there's only 15 left. I had 25 yesterday. So if any of you guys do want to become my patron, it has all the same benefits. You can read them now. I just want to keep this a quick little short thing. But if you guys do want to join, please make sure to go check out the Patreon. I'll have it linked in the description down below. And other than that, I'll get right into the video. Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome back to another one of my videos. I am Blitz, and today I'm going to be talking about the Smasher. Now, normally I talk about the tank, give my review on it, whether or not it is worth the price tag, everything like that. However, today I'm going to be doing it a little bit different, because as you guys already know, the Smasher by far is one of the most overpowered tanks in the entire game, right on par with the Kenny Atsu, and that's saying a lot for it being a higher tier tank. And because of that, I really figured there's no point for me to make a review on the vehicle. It's up to you if you want to buy it. Obviously, it's overpowered, so I don't need to make a video giving an entire review on the tank to just finish off saying it is overpowered. It is completely overpowered in every single way. So in this video, I actually wanted to think, you know what? I'm going to make a video talking about the tank and how it really hurts the game and stops new players from continuing to play it, and as well really hurts Wargaming as a company in the long run. The first big issue I will get into is the players themselves. Now, I'm guessing all of you guys that are watching this video do want to get the Smasher, and I don't blame you in any way, shape, or form. Of course, if I didn't own the tank as well, I would really want it. It's a really cool looking tank, it's completely overpowered, and it's a blast to run. However, there is a fine line between players that want to just get the tank for, you know, a couple of games every now and then to have a little fun, platoon a little, and then there's the players that just completely abuse the tank, play thousands of games in it within a short span of months just to boost their win rate and completely seal club at the higher tiers. And that's the issue I find with the Smasher. There are some players I see upwards of 8,000 games in the Smasher, and just to put that in perspective, I've been playing this game for 5 years now, and my most played tank is the 183 at like 1,500 battles. So it's almost embarrassing how many battles these people rack up in the Smasher in just a short amount of months. So it's really sad, and that's the thing that I don't understand. World of Tanks is a game of skill. If you're not good at the game, you're obviously not going to do that good in the game. And it's not like other games where if you're not skilled at it, you're just going to absolutely suck and you can't get better. The cool thing about World of Tanks Blitz is not only do you need knowledge to do really well, you don't need to be super quick. If you know what shell normalization is, and these mechanics that a lot of players don't know, you can outperform and outpenetrate other players. You don't need to have the quickest reflexes. It's a skill-based game in certain areas, and it's also a knowledge-based game. And that's why I really like it, because I can use both of Best Worlds and do really well. People that get the Smasher, you might as well have a little button at the bottom of their screen that says, oh, pay here and you automatically win. Because that's pretty much what they do. They pay gold to get a tank to automatically win every single game they play. I'm sitting at an 80% win rate in my Smasher, and I don't even try in the tank. I don't care about it anymore. I honestly wouldn't care if Wargaming took it right out of my garage. And this is also completely Wargaming's fault, because the Smasher is a collector tank, and they are abusing the system by selling this tank to players like that do these thousands and thousands of battles, so that they can capitalize on getting thousands of dollars, not thousands, millions of dollars off of these crates. I bet you Wargaming has already made millions off of these crates just today. It is completely ridiculous, and it really makes me sad to find out not only that the players are spending so much money just to seal club, but also Wargaming themselves doesn't really care. They would rather make a giant profit than, you know, maybe nerf the tank a little bit and sell it for everybody in just a standard fixed price. They should honestly nerf it. Everybody knows it should be nerfed, and I don't know why they haven't. So I just want to say this again, I'm not yelling at every single player that gets a Smasher, because as I said before, if I didn't have it, of course I'd want to get the tank. It's a really fun vehicle to run, but the difference is there is a fine line from just pulling it out once or twice a day, maybe just having a fun little chuckle with your friend, compared to just completely wanting to stat pad and ruin the game. And that's the issue, and I know 99% of you guys that watch these videos want to get the tank just because you want to have a little laugh, a little bit of fun, but there are players that abuse the game, and it really does make me sad when I get stuck into battles with those players, or when I go against them, because half the time they're not even that skilled. And pretend that you are a new player. Let's say you've ground up the lines, you've gotten your T-34, and you just have enough experience to get the T-34-85. You research the tank, you pull it out, and you notice the enemy team has a Smasher. You remember seeing it in the store, you think, well, that was a pretty cool tank, you don't think much of it. Driving along, a couple minutes later, boom, full health, dead right off of the map. You're like, what was that? So you pull out another game, and boom, same thing happens, and you keep wondering, why does this Smasher keep on killing me? How is this fair? And you quit the game. And that's what I bet a lot of players do. I watch Quickie Baby for World of Tanks PC, and he talks about vehicles that pretty much do that. And that is the issue with these overpowered tanks, is they cause people to quit the game. When you go in a Smasher and you one-shot a tier 6 tank, if that's a new player, you could potentially be causing them to quit the game because they don't want to deal with that. If they're thinking, well, if the higher tiers are like this and I can't get damage out, and this isn't fair for me, why should I continue to play the game? It's not fun. And it makes complete sense because free-to-play players have no chance whatsoever up against a Smasher. And that is really sad to say, but it's the truth. Even with a lot of skill, if I'm in an M41 Bulldog and I'm a very skilled player and I'm going up against a 50%er in a Smasher, that player can still easily get an HE into me, finish me right off the map with just a little bit of a high roll. And that's just such a sad fact. And as you guys know, I'm not mad at any of you for getting the Smasher. As I said, it's a fun tank to pull out. But even when you run it once or twice, every time Wargaming sells a Smasher, they're effectively causing their game to have a shorter life expectancy. And it's really sad to think of it that way. But Wargaming needs to stop doing this. And I'm not yelling at anyone, I'm not saying that this is right or wrong, but they need to stop doing this. They're making a lot of money on it, but they're not thinking about the future of their game. They've done tanks like this with the WZ-120, the T-22 medium, but those are higher tiers. If you start releasing lower tiered overpowered tanks, you are going to ruin the game. Imagine if Wargaming released the Kennyatsu again, that would just completely ruin low tiers. And the crazy thing is that, as you guys know, I think it was update 5.7 or 5.6, when they got rid of all those overpowered low tier tanks because it keeps more new players in the game wanting to grind up the lines. Well, now they brought back a tank that pretty much equals out that whole move they did because the Smasher is more overpowered than all of those tanks combined. So I honestly don't know why Wargaming would do this. They should nerf the tank. It's a collector. Very stupid on their part. They might as well should not even have put the collector thing into the game because they haven't nerfed one collector tank in the game. And you know they're not going to nerf it as a collector vehicle now, because if they do, a lot of players are going to be pissed off. They've spent hundreds. You know, some players might spend $500 just to pick up the Smasher if they want to collect it, or they want to, as I said, stat pad and just completely ruin the matchmaker, but there are players that will get very pissed off if Wargaming suddenly nerfs the vehicles. Wargaming knows they can't nerf it now. So they're stuck in a pickle, they're selling an overpowered tank, and there's nothing that can be done. Now, what can Wargaming do in the future to not have things happen like this again, have people stat pad, and just ruin the matchmaker? Well, first of all, Wargaming sold this tank for 35 bucks the first time a couple months ago. When they sold it then, they knew it was a completely overpowered tank, and they sold it for $35, which was fine in my opinion, because nobody really knew how overpowered it was. Not a lot of people, believe it or not, picked the tank up. However, the funny thing is that now they know it's so overpowered, they are capitalizing on it by selling it in crates for hundreds and hundreds of dollars to every single player that wants it. That's the first thing they messed up on. They should not have sold this tank again. And if they did, they should have put it at a fixed price. They should have nerfed the vehicle before they brought it out, because now there's too many players that are going to own it, and they've spent a lot of money, as I did say before. So that's the first thing they did mess up on. So for the future, they shouldn't sell this tank ever again. They shouldn't ever sell the Kennyatsu. The WZ-120, that's not a super overpowered tank, but I still think it shouldn't be sold. Wargaming should not be selling super overpowered tanks. And if they do sell them again, nerf them. Don't make them as good. There is no point to play the game if you're going up against vehicles that are just better than you, and even if you're a skilled player, you can't win. It's like the Foch 155 at tier 10. Imagine if that was a premium tank. That's sort of like what the Smasher is at tier 7 right now. So I honestly think Wargaming just can't sell, and they can't afford to make any more overpowered tanks like this, because it really will hurt their game in the long run down the road further. But other than that, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. And again, I don't want to call anybody out in this video. As I said, it's completely fine if you buy the tank. It's, you know, I don't blame you at all. I would do the same thing. It's completely Wargaming's fault. They shouldn't have sold it again. They sold it the first time, which I thought was okay, but they shouldn't have sold it again. They know it's overpowered, and they're doing this to capitalize off you guys, make millions and millions of dollars, and they don't care what happens to their game in the future, apparently. But I hope you guys did enjoy it. As always, make sure to smash that like button if you did. If you didn't, let me know in the comments down below. If you disagree with what I'm saying, if you have something else to say, whatever you want, always let me know in the comments down below. And other than that, guys, I will see you in the next video. Have a good one. And as always, make sure to subscribe. Have a good one.